We are
Who
all.
the is that guy?
That's Ryan.
What's
He's
up? I'm Dalton's temporary replacement.
Dalton's, you didn't know that wasn't Dalton the whole day?
Oh, is that guy? He's in a better place now,
Dalton's
too.
in a better place.
Dalton's on vacation. He really is in a better place.
Literally. Yes.
I didn't even realize it.
That's so funny.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Door Bumper Clear. I'm Freddie Kraft, spotter for Bubba Wallace, Dean Thompson, Gio Ruggiero this week. Thomas,
Good morning.
what's up? Good morning. Is it
Yeah,
morning? I don't
yeah.
even
Is it
know
a
what
good
the
morning?
fuck time it is.
What time did you get home?
I got home about 4:30. I probably finally got to bed about, 6.
What were you doing, prepping?
Yeah, I do that every week. I know you don't. Some of us have to get ready for this show. How are you today, sir?
I'm good.
Good run last night?
Yeah, we had a good night. Good night.
It's solid.
P22.
P22. Just make sure you survive the carnage.
survive
You're
it,
gonna
yep.
you're gonna have a little bit left. Carson, how are you?
I'm great. I had a really fun weekend at Langley. We outside of the racing, we got to go to Busch Gardens and be a part of a new roller coaster they were opening, which was absolutely hilarious.
I saw some of the videos.
Yeah, I will be signing Parker and Doug up for things together for the foreseeable future. And then, of course, we got to go visit the Fort Eustis Army base and shoot a bunch of simulation guns and kind of just see what all they do and get a better appreciation for the armed
You were
forces.
shooting?
So that was cool. Yeah, I did. And I will say, besides Chad McCumbie's crew guy who didn't tell us he was ex-military and shot 60 for 60, I was the best civilian.
60 for
So,
60 sounds pretty
Yeah,
solid.
I'm just saying.
Sounds like he's
the
pretty-
drivers said that they would start listening to me more at driver intros now, so that was good.
And joining us this week, we got two special guests, one in the house, one joining us from afar. Cleetus McFarland, how did you ever end up on Door Bumper Clear?
Hold on, I got intro music ready. It's a great show now.
I was going to kick it off with the first question being, like in your opinion, why do you think it is that Tommy hates you so much?
That is not true.
Great question, Freddie. Maybe we can get to the bottom of that today.
And of course, in studio with us, maybe one of the worst. Like I have to blame you for this, Cleetus, because I think it's one of the worst. Maybe one of the worst things that's happened to our sport in the last recent history is the creation of Downforce Danny. I don't know. I don't know who's directly to blame for that, but
I'll take the blame for it. I'm happy to take it. I think Downforce Danny was just a personality that was ready to hit the internet hard. I mean, the guy sold freaking 700 shirts at Talladega. He's on fire.
Danny,
Whether you hate it or not, he's the man.
Danny,
And,
I've known you for a long time. Where the hell did Downforce Danny come from? I mean,
From
it's
this
just
guy.
your alter ego. I
Like,
know that.
So, like anybody that's been around me knows that I'm pretty goofy.
Yeah,
As it
yeah,
is,
we're aware.
But then, obviously, now it's just coming out, and
No.
Publicly.
But they're it's
hitting
coming
out.
out publicly.
Okay.
And it's just taken off, and like when you get an opportunity like this, you got to roll with it. I know Tommy don't agree with it, and he thinks we're dumb as.
Oh, you guys everyone's got the wrong picture of this. That's not true.
It's,
You're the opposite now.
Yeah.
You've been racing and doing
Yeah.
well. Now you're doing his so
Yeah.
it's okay.
So it's it's fun. I don't know.
It's
roll with it.
Yeah.
But let's ask
I
Cleetus,
think it's good
though.
for the sport.
But
To be
let's-
honest with you.
Yeah, but let's ask Cleetus. Cleetus, how did you go like Stockman? We need you in our world.
Here's what happened. I walked in the garage. Danny and I, we locked eyes from across the room. He winked at me a little bit. I didn't know what to think of it at first. But then we just realized we got, similar personalities. He was really funny in our first video when we tested at Rockingham. And we called him Downforce Danny jokingly because he was telling me, you got to use the downforce while, they were teaching me. And I think my channel just kind of took to how funny and cool he was. And it just kind of blew up on its own. We didn't really have to try.
Yeah, for sure. Cleetus, talk about your race the other night. Obviously, I for the end might have been not so great, but I thought for the most part you were doing a great job. Practice it looked good. You were doing a good job of not being seen all night long, and then we had that one spin and the pit road debacle. But just take us through that night.
Freddie, thank you for saying that. that I did a good job. I'm actually really excited to hear that. You know, I went out there and I was having a really good time and I was passing people. I started 38th, obviously, and then just my whole goal being to not wad up RCR's car and not ruin anyone else's race. It took me quite a ways to get going, and then I finally got up to I think 29th or 30th, and I was just really getting comfortable. And then Jesse passed me, so I'm trying to get the lucky dog. I got inside of I don't know if it was a 42 or whatever, but
Logan Bearden.
I drove in there with him and I overdrove the corner, just because I got a little too wound up. I was either going to plow through his rear left or I had to just get on the brakes, a little extra.
Left rear. We're trying to teach him all
I
that
know.
too. The lingo.
I know.
Left rear.
I got on the brakes too. Yeah, left rear. My bad. I got on the brake. Probably overdrove the brakes too. And I didn't, ultimately take him out, but I took myself out. And then that started me on a chain reaction of just a downward spiral. I killed the splitter, and I'm just learning so much that like in this sport, all it takes is one mistake and you're on that downward spiral bad for a while typically. So. Yeah. But man, what a great first run, I thought. And then I made some major mistakes later, like when I pushed the clutch in under my green flag pit stop, I held it in while they were changing the tires. And then when I put the car in gear, the clutch wasn't actually fully disengaged. I don't know if it bled down a little bit, but so it kind of lurched forward, and then that got the jack wedged. So when they dropped me, the jack went with me. Got a penalty.
Jeez.
So now
This is the start. This is just the start of this part.
Yeah, and then I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna haul ass back and get this penalty served, and I freaking bombed into the turn. I'm like, damn, I'm fast. So I missed the rev match coming down to second, and locked up the rears. Ended up spinning out. So then I get a penalty for that.
I thought our goal was to not make the highlight
cleanly.
reels in that way.
Yeah, that one I served cleanly. But Tommy's Express made the highlight reel, so there is one pro to all these cons. And it's obviously embarrassing, but at that point I was already several laps down. So it's like, you know what? To get that experience and learn what it feels like to haul ass way too fast into pit road, now I know I gotta really check up and be smart about that. That transition in Nashville was way more aggressive in person than in the simulator, and it bit me.
So this whole NASCAR ain't very easy, is it?
Absolutely not. I've never once advertised it as easy.
Yeah. No, I think people don't understand that this sport there's so many things that can go wrong. And
I've enjoyed getting
very little goes right,
But that's the beauty of ARCA is, you're not in that rush typically. And, but then I've been racing ARCA and I just didn't get to have this experience. So now being in O'Reilly, I'm learning so much so fast because I just go out and screw up. And it was great.
How much has joining RCR accelerated that learning curve for you? Obviously, we see the videos of you in the simulator. You're looking over data, compared to Jesse. Like, how eye-opening is it for you?
And I think it's been absolutely priceless. Like Mark Rett, the first time I drove for him after going to RCR, I got out of the car and he's like, dude, what a difference in driving. And I can only credit that to Danny and Jesse and Bug and Christian and all the guys helping me at RCR, because they have so much more data and information to give to me versus like ARCA and Rhett. He puts me out there. There's not as much tools that he can use to apply to like just the driver, and also Kevin Hamlin's taught me a ton, but like getting in that simulator and comparing my data to Jesse has been, I would say, the most helpful, and it's the reason I'm being able to accelerate. Like once I got back in the ARCA car from driving in O'Reilly's, I just felt like 100 times better driver, and obviously I got second in Talladega, so like just my confidence in the ARCA car has gone up a ton since working with RCR.
How much of a kick in the ass was it when they first laid your data over Jesse's and you're like, I'm out there getting after it, and then you see what getting after it really looks like?
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, you come back. I'm like, they're on the radios telling me my times. They're like, I can't remember in Rockingham, but I'm pretty sure they're telling me beforehand Jesse was going 21 threes or something, right? And then I'm out there about 10 laps in, I'm flying, and they're like, all right, 23-0. I'm like, what? So then I'd come back and like just seeing how far Jesse can drive it into the turn, it's pretty unbelievable. So but then you know that's the data you need to say, all right, well, I got to go out there and do it, and then you do it, and you're like, wow, the car can actually do it. It's not so much that I'm already on the edge. I'm not. So it's nice to know that the edge is way far out, and that's where I'm.
He actually did like way better at Nashville than he even did at Rockingham with a full test day. So
Yeah.
like I think he was like 9th on the 20 lap average and like 15th on the 10 lap average in practice.
Yeah, I looked down, and I was expecting him to struggle more in practice just because he hadn't been there other than the sim. And I looked down, and I was like mid 31 second laps. I was like, oh, like he's right on pace with everybody else. Yeah. And then I could see like as you got around other cars, Cleetus, I could see like time would drop because I think you're being almost, I hate to say this, but you're almost being a little too cautious around other guys because you don't want to make any mistakes. So that hurts your lap time. But that I think that'll come with comfort. But I thought it fired off really well.
Yeah, I'm not in a position where I need to race guys so hard that I'm potentially wrecking them. I'm running in the back of the pack, learning. It's not even close to being up, at that point yet where I can push on guys. So just trying to race clean. I think you're right. It kills my time a little bit. Like Mike Dillon's like, all right, we got to go. We got to pass these guys. But I'm thinking like, I got to do it cleanly. And I just don't have that setup yet. Passing these guys is pretty hard, actually.
Oh, yeah. It's hard for everybody.
I don't think it's to get to their bumper, but then to successfully get around them. I think especially after, when I first spun, I think it's because the guy on the outside, not only was I overdrove the corner for sure, but like when he took the air off me, man, that makes you so loose. So then I was just a little overcautious of that too. So when I'm trying to pass someone on the inside, then I'm under driving, and it was a project for sure.
Yeah, and look, Cleetus, I don't think yet, even in the ARCA series, you haven't had the ability to have time in these races to learn how to pass because you've been in the super speedways. You haven't gotten them any positions to work on that craft, right? I mean, so
Well, Rockingham, I got some good time in the ARCA car. Kansas, I got a lot of good time in the ARCA car. But also too, Tommy, like the ARCA races are so short.
Yeah. No green flag pit stops, nothing, right?
Bigger opportunity to learn.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the goal here? I mean, is the ultimate goal to run the Daytona 500 at some point? Is that what we're striving for, or are you back?
Whoa! Slow down.
I'm talking about 10 years from whatever it is. I'm saying
Give the guy. Don't pressure the guy. Don't pressure him.
What is the ultimate goal at the end of the day?
Well, here's when I set out with this with Greg Biffle, I called him up and I said, Biff, I want to run the Daytona 500, and he's like, laying it out for me. And I'm like, well, damn, can't I run that? What about next year? Could I run it if I ran ARCA this year? And he's like, no, that's crazy. And maybe the year after. And I started running ARCA, and I realized, I have no intentions of running Cup or the Daytona 500 anytime soon, because I would just get absolutely wrecked, literally. Like it's just a way bigger skill gap than I imagined, and I realized that immediately. And like obviously I took a lot of hell from you guys and other people when this O'Reilly's opportunity popped up, because there's a lot of reasons why I shouldn't have the seat. And I just when the opportunity like this knocks to drive for Richard Childress, I'm taking that opportunity 10 out of 10 times. But I never seeked out driving higher than ARCA. But since the opportunity came to me, absolutely, it's more seat time, more opportunities for me to make mistakes and get better. So now looking at the ultimate goal, it's to make it to the Daytona 500, but I'm having so much fun that I think it's going to end up being more than that. I think, one day I'll race the Daytona 500. I'm in no rush. But like now I'm talking here with, Squirrel here, and we're like, we want to run full seasons of ARCA. We want to just enjoy the hell out of the process and no rush.
These guys are like literally ate up with this sport, right?
Yeah, and it's great. And
where
look,
we end up.
Yeah, but Cleetus, let's just you're on the show, right? So let's just be honest. We never were against you. We never were like, we don't like Cleetus. We don't even want him in the sport. We were against the process of, more so with NASCAR, right? The process of letting you do things without your knowing that you don't have any experience, and it's wrong for you. Not for the sport. It's like, no, he needs to do ARCA. He needs to do late model stuff. He needs to learn his racecraft. But to be honest with you, the positions that you've been in the O'Reilly series of getting yourself in trouble, you couldn't really learn what happened to you. You couldn't learn in any other series.
No, for sure.
Right? So
agree 100%.
Right. So we can't, maybe Dirty Air and ARCA a little bit, but the spoilers, it's not as big. Getting on and off pit road, you don't really do many green flag pit stops and anything from O'Reilly's up, right? I mean, truck series mostly, I don't know, what do you do? Green flag.
So,
stop,
like, I'm excited that he's running O'Reilly's rather than trucks. And the reason why I say that, a truck, like, I was a truck crew chief for a long time. You're in the gas all the time.
Yeah.
They make a ton of downforce.
Yeah.
And I just feel like an O'Reilly's car will teach you how to do this, more.
Well, I'm just, to go back on what Tommy's saying, like, I agree with you, Tommy. Like, from my perspective, I didn't think that you guys were against me. I think initially it came off, like the first podcast, obviously, that blew up when Freddie was like, this guy's wadding stuff up. After I crashed the truck in Daytona, it just came off as like you guys were haters, I think, obviously, to the internet. But I understood the fact that, like, from the outside, it does look like I'm trying to shove my way into these higher series, which I really am not. I'm just, if I can get a seat and it's offered to me, I'm going to take it, But I don't think I ever took it as the fact that you guys wanted me out. It's just the way it was perceived on the internet obviously kind of exploded the whole thing.
Yeah, I think and we've said it about numerous people on here. Catherine went through it last year in the 78 car. It's sometimes like we got to protect ourselves from ourselves. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's different though. That's like, that was a big rush to Cup, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, like, but yeah, I'm agree. I'm just saying, like, Cup, NASCAR kind of set her up for failure. Like she couldn't, like, there was no win for her in going out there and running in the back because only bad things could happen. I think if we felt the same way about, you get in the truck race, you end up, right in the middle of the pack and spin out right off my guy's bumper.
Awesome.
And then, so, I mean, that's the stuff is like, sometimes I feel like we got to kind of protect ourselves from ourselves and, like, don't throw them to the wolves where, like, great, you're learning right now, but my concern, and I don't know that it's right or wrong, but like there's so much momentum behind you in the ARCA series because you run so well there now, and to come back off, like I was using Rockingham as an example, like you come out of Rockingham, you run top 5 in the ARCA race. We could have stopped there, and that would have been a fantastic story. And holy shit, look at Cleetus is getting so much better. And then we go to the O'Reilly race where you struggle, you have a couple half spins, and now all we're talking about is should he be approved, should he not be approved? Now it turns into a negative conversation.
But who cares about the story? I learned so much. At this point, I'm so good with negative press. I'm like, lay it on me, boys and girls. You know what I mean? I've made it to a point in my life where, the gauntlet of making it to the top in YouTube is so much more harsh than NASCAR media. It's like NASCAR media is pretty violent some days, but oh my gosh, coming up on YouTube, like you'll have things that, I mean, you guys are seeing it, right? You see some comments on your videos probably, like YouTube is vicious and I'm good with the criticism. I mean, do you guys feel any better about it than you did at the beginning of the season?
Yeah. I think we've all agreed that, like I talked about after Talladega, I forget who was here. It might have been Kevin. Kevin was here that recently, the week, and I said, I said, he looked like a different driver. I said, it looked like a different person was in the car, just the confidence level. And I had to attest it coming from, working with you at RCR and all the tools you're getting.
Thanks to Richard Childress.
The tools you're getting and all the time you're getting on a sim. Like, I felt like, I felt like you were not, I don't want to say you were taking it more seriously, but like you put the time and effort in and got that much better in a short amount of time, where the beginning, I was spotting for Gio in that truck race and we got behind you and I was like, Gio, be careful. This guy's going to crash in the next 5 laps.
I would not want to drive a truck on a speedway.
Yeah.
They are the worst handling vehicles there is, period.
All right, so then
if I would have known Cleetus before that, I would not have let him get in a truck at a speedway race because that's what happens.
Exactly.
Now let's circle back to if NASCAR never let me drive for RCR, and they didn't give me that chance at the beginning of the season that pissed everybody off, then I wouldn't have been able to develop to where I am today. So in some ways, I thank NASCAR, and I don't think they've overstepped yet. They're holding me back, from the super speedways. Now I think they're doing a good job, but there was a lot of controversy in the spring when they did approve me to run with RCR, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, I mean it's listen. I've said it on here before. Tommy said it on here before. We need you. We need your fan base in this sport. Like the joy you kind of bring to these videos and is what we need. Our problem was, compared to what other guys had to go through to get there, NASCAR skipped some steps with you, and it was because of that following, because they know they need it. And I think that was the biggest thing. Like Tommy's kid's going through it now and he's having a horrendous year, trying to get going. But it's the fact that okay, how are you going to not approve the next guy because you just said, wrecking your truck is okay. That was our biggest thing is, where do we draw the line of now anybody's approved or do we have to have?
Yeah, I think they said it like we're doing what we got to do to get him approved now.
Yeah.
I tried to find an example. I mean, maybe if you could speak to this, Freddie. I tried to find an example of someone that they didn't approve with more qualifications than me.
Yeah.
And I couldn't.
Well, I think that was kind of and it came across early in the year. It kind of came across directed at you, but I think that was the point we're trying to make early in the year is there's a lot of people out there that shouldn't be approved. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm just trying to say, who did they not approve that had more qualifications?
Well, Luke, Tommy's son Luke is a multi-time modified champion. He's run a bunch of races. He would not have been approved to run O'Reilly at the middle of last year. Coming off of that stuff, he would have had to go through ARCA or something. He ran a handful of truck races, so that got him approved to run. I think O'Reilly short tracks, probably, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So they didn't approve him to run.
No,
O'Reilly.
No,
just the short tracks after he run 6 or 7 last year truck races. But I was okay with it. That's
what they did for me. They only approved me for short.
Yeah, that's not even my argument. I have no argument with NASCAR what they're doing with Luke. I'm all for it. I don't want him. I don't want to rush him to do what he's doing. He's having a.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't have any issues with that. My again, it goes back to the process. Forget about Cleetus. Right. Let's forget about 1 second. They've taken all the testing away. They've taken all the stuff away. I mean, it's just they're not giving enough time to these young drivers or a Cleetus type personality or a Cleetus type person that wants to go race. They're not allowing these people to learn a cheap way anymore.
I would 100% agree.
Right,
with that.
you are not allowed to go do any of that. It is way cheaper to go testing and then to go T2 racing or truck racing or O'Reilly's racing Cleetus has got to spend another couple $100,000 going to go late model racing right now, right? Instead of spending that going testing with an O'Reilly's car or something, right? So there's the process. I understand. I've owned every race team you can think of, truck team, O'Reilly's team, Cup team, modify. I understand the process of money, but there are issues that we have that are going to present a problem because there's not going to be a lot of people that are going to have a lot of money to do this, right? And you can see it now. It's starting to run out a little bit.
Yep.
So let me ask you this, Tommy. So are you saying that the racers can't get enough credit for the cheap style racing to get into NASCAR.
No, I'm saying you still have to spend a lot of money to go learn, right?
Are you saying that NASCAR as a sanctioning body has taken away the tools that people like Cleetus and Luke
Yes,
and people that are coming in,
absolutely.
like the teams like RCR have all the data and things that they can show you, but you're not getting to go test.
Well, that was like
You know,
hard to be
at
able to
Martinsville
go
or
do.
We used to
whatever.
go for we took Casey Kane when he went from the whatever it was Busch Series at that time to Cup. We tested him 14 times before Daytona. 14 times.
Yep.
We did a full race test at Rockingham. Pit stop. I did pit stops and off. Right. I did. That's like it costs a lot of money, but it's like we're trying to.
Yeah,
teach
the learning curve goes like this.
Right.
Quick.
I mean, getting off pit road,
Yes.
just like all the mistakes Cleetus made. Like we did all that.
Yes.
Right. So it's just like you can't do that in late model. Like I said, you can't. Allgaier, there's so many cautions. There's no green flag pit stops. Right. Truck, pretty much same.
What
thing.
happened this weekend with him and the mistakes he made besides before stage one could have been practiced at some point so that he didn't make those mistakes.
Right.
But you're not going to learn that without doing it in real race live competition right now.
Right.
We can't.
And then you're thrown in the spotlight, and then you make a mistake.
then you're learning while there's cameras and
right. But to Cleetus's point, he don't care. I mean, he's in it to do what he needs to do. That's fine. But for other people, it becomes a problem. Cleetus can get through anything, right? He don't care about negativity. But these young kids with negativity, it ruins their life.
They don't have his backing.
Right, it
and
ruins their
following.
stuff, and that's my thing about the process. That's again, it had nothing to do with Cleetus, right? He was just a great example of going, okay, we have a perfect example of how the system is broke. Not Cleetus is broke, but how the system is broke.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Yeah, I don't disagree with the fact that like you can't. So basically, the only way for me to learn what I learned this weekend was to just go out and do it in a race. Which, yeah, it would be pretty nice to learn that stuff not in a race, but you're not allowed to practice. So there's really no other options.
right.
Right.
The simulator's it, and that to me.
And
that ain't real.
and the simulator your simulator you're
You can
driving
only-
is not it.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
can
it.
only get that so close to real life.
At this point, if NASCAR doesn't approve a guy like me to go out and do it, then I can never learn. So,
I mean, he's building a pro late model right now.
Yeah, and I guess I'm going to give you a little insight. The pro late model is probably just as hard as the O'Reillys.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
He's all in on that.
Yeah, so it's going to be good for him, right? I mean,
I get it this week.
What's next? I know you got your truck running the truck at Michigan this week.
I'm running the truck in the ARCA car at Michigan, and then I think Mark's got me maybe tuned up on a couple extra ARCA races this year, and then I'm running the truck at Talladega, which you guys are talking about.
It's just not. It don't teach you nothing.
yeah.
Well, Talladega is nice because it's so wide, and I think I'll do better there. I got to get some seat time in that thing. So the nice thing is I'm going to Michigan. I should get a little bit more comfort. Like I'll lose in Daytona. All I was thinking is I'm about to wreck the whole field, and I turned it down too sharply, and luckily I only wrecked myself. So now that I think I'm gonna get some more seat time in Michigan, and then I can hopefully apply that knowledge to Talladega.
Best driving truck at Talladega still drives like.
Yeah, hauling ass.
That turn 4 in Daytona is no joke.
No.
Yeah, it's bad.
Brought to you by America's Navy, forged by the sea. Find out what job is right for you at Navy.com. Yeah, so we are back from the challenge. I think I've just come out and say it. We lost.
We did lose. I mean, technically speaking, we lost.
Yeah, I mean, we led the entire day.
Yeah.
I think I even I was watching back some of the footage, and Evan turns to Travis, and he's like, "You guys did not win this. Like, you guys just this is not a win for you. I would not feel good about this." And I couldn't agree more with him.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, we led the entire way. We used hints.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the Navy's about honor. One of my favorite movies ever, Men of Honor.
Exactly.
About the Navy and divers. So like. We're trying to figure out the clues on our own. We don't need hints. We're gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I saw those guys. I think Travis did 100 air squats over there trying to get off the one board.
Great form. Great form. I want to say that.
But we were trying, and listen, they caught up essentially just by watching us go through all the stuff ahead of them.
That's what they said. And Travis was like, "Oh yeah, we barely even read the clues. We just watched what you did and then repeated." And I'm like, "Okay, well they just watched our SMT and then went."
And then they got to the last thing, asked for a clue immediately, and got it.
Listen.
Or a hint immediately, I should say.
We were in clean air all day, and then we just got back in dirty air.
We just got beat on the last pit stop.
Exactly.
So what's up? Travis and Jared did 2 tires on the last stop. We went for 4, and unfortunately, we couldn't get back around him at the end there.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the challenge was fun. There was a lot of cool obstacles. The Osprey one, man, I remember shouting to you across the thing, Freddie, count the number of ships. It was not the number of ships.
I looked, I said, this is going to be easy. There's one.
Exactly. It was not the number of ships. So we finally got through that, and then we breezed through the map challenge. These guys were on the map for, I still think they don't know where they're at.
They're still, yeah. It was, if this had been a timed event where they couldn't watch us, they may still be there.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And there's no way they're passing basic training. That's for sure. So then we move on to we had to take pictures with the uniforms. That was really cool. The full fighter pilot get up, the bomb squad get up. I believe next was the flight simulator.
Yep.
I was call sign Nugget,
which is
I had you
interesting.
As my, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, look, it was the first thing that popped up, and I'm like, you know what, Nugget works. We're gonna go for it. I had you spotting in my ear, which is really cool.
Yeah, that worked out well.
Yeah. And
I don't even know if we ever got off the ground.
I think we may have crashed the plane. Thank God it's not a real plane. But that was cool to do. And then I think there was like a physical altercation at one point.
Maybe
you
a
and
little.
Travis.
Yeah, we were trying to wrestle over. We were probably musical chairs essentially.
Musical chairs and a helicopter jump seat was interesting.
And as me and Travis wrestle away from one chair, Jared jumps in there and we couldn't get him out.
Right. So we're leading coming into like the 6th or 7th challenge, and then we had to do the physical part, which was the one thing.
Which is obviously you're going to be your forte. In this.
I hopped up there and did the pull up, and the guy. So I start going. I know on the clue it says like do 1 pull up.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I can do 1 pull-up. So I do 1, but as I'm going up, he's like, dead hang, sailor. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I got to go back down and go all the way. And then I do the second one. He's like, you only needed to do 1. I'm like, well, okay, well, this is a timed thing. I think the last one was where we lost it. And we had the clue was find like the Chiefs crest or emblem.
Yeah, and what threw me off is it kept saying bronzed. Like it's usually bronzed.
Exactly.
And I'm looking around for something bronze, and there was nothing. It was a table with an anchor on it.
I was running around the entire thing like looking for a giant anchor statue because that's what everything else was. And then I turn around and I see these 2 jokers, Jared and Travis, just smiling, sitting at the table. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Which they immediately, when they got done with their physical part of it, they immediately asked for a hint and got the hint.
Yeah.
And it was, and the hints were not hints. They were essentially like,
this
go
is what
over
it is.
there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'd like a hint. Okay, the answer's right here. There you go. Yeah. So it was a good battle. It was a lot of fun. The Navy was really cool. All the sailors out there were great. We thank them for letting us be idiots out there,
essentially,
and test their course out. If you go to a race and you see the Navy Strike Group set up, I would definitely go check it out and talk to them about possible ways to get involved, maybe even explore some recruitment options.
Whether you're breaking the sound barrier in a fighter jet, behind the wheel of an aircraft carrier, or carrying a high-speed chase by speedboat on a classified mission, every contribution matters when you're America's defense.
Being part of the Navy takes skill, precision, and team spirit. It's not just about winning for yourself, it's about winning for all of us. America's Navy, forged by the sea. Start your journey at Navy.com.
All right. Did you guys, besides on Broadway, have any fun in Nashville at the racetrack? What was going on?
I don't think any of us had much fun. Danny had a rocket ship for a race car, got another show for it. We had fast truck, fast cup car. Dean had a solid day. Dean kind of did what Dean does and ran 15th all day long. Kind of kept himself clean and came home with a good run.
Dean is actually getting better.
Yeah.
Though.
Yes. Much better.
Like a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah. He is like we had to have a conversation early in the year, and you could talk about this right now. I think he was getting a little frustrated because we weren't finishing. Like last year we could pop off at 10th or at 12th a little bit. And he was getting frustrated that now we're running like 15th, and we were making mistakes and taking those 15ths and turning them into 25th or whatever. And so we sat down and I'm like, buddy, this is the deepest this field has ever been. I think, right? I mean, you look at it. There's no slouches in that top 20 anymore.
No, it's hard. He's not wrecking.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like if you don't wreck, you keep yourself on the lead lap, you're gonna have a top 15.
Yes.
And then if you let other people take care of themselves, and you're gonna pass them. Like we had no business running with you the other day, but because you had a pit so early, you were on old tires, we were able to get by you late in the race. So it's just if you just can keep it on the racetrack and don't have any issues, Tommy. Same thing for you guys on Sunday. Like you just stay out there, and you said you really didn't pass many cars all day, but you finished 22nd.
Yeah, I mean it's just a clean race, no mistakes, right? I mean you do that, but that was the Cup race was a little odd because there was a lot of cars wrecking. I mean, it was usually there's only one or two, and then you're doing that same thing you did to finish 22nd. Yeah. Next week you can do the same thing. You're gonna finish 36th, right? So the Cup series is way different than the other two series for sure. But I mean, the whole goal is to finish races, right? That's Cleetus's goal, right? It's finish races, not be seen, right? So as long as you do that, you're in the game, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Layne Riggs, super job. I mean, that truck was a missile. Those two trucks. Speaking of bringing a missile, have you ever had one so cheated up that they just told you to go ahead and get the backup out like they did the 44 truck this week?
Well, maybe not load it up, but you better not bring that back.
Yeah, I've heard not bring it back a couple times.
I was told that, and then I had to put a roof on in Texas once. Had to put a roof
on a Cup car.
Yeah.
Tech in trucks right now looks like it's just absolutely not fun.
No,
that's what Tommy was saying.
No,
it's like
it's ridiculous,
right?
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
And then you see some pictures, like people send you pictures of what some of these trucks look like, namely the 34. I think it was Charlotte. And the thing looks like it's been backed in the fence. You know what I mean? And you're like, well, if we're cracking down on tech so much, how does this happen?
Because they max the measurements out for the templates to fit. I mean, this is what they don't understand. They're going to make templates. They're going to install things. And people are going to go to work. Right? Yeah. That's what we do. Right. It's like it's better off just stopping that process where it's at, and it stops the growth, right?
Every rule you make, you guys just find some other way to.
They don't understand that. It's like they're just costing the whole industry more money.
Yeah, they changed all that stuff this year again.
Well, they decided
crazy.
They decided
the rules have been the same forever,
but they decided now to check them.
Yeah, right. I
It's something. Really good Xfinity or O'Reilly race. I thought the battle with Jesse and Justin at the end of the first stage was awesome. Yep. Jesse and Cruz and Justin later on in the race. How much fun is it working that series and getting to watch these races every week? Because it's the best racing we have right now.
Yeah, it's great. The first stage we checked out there, and then the second stage that wheel started coming loose, and he couldn't run that arc in the corner no more and load the right rear, and it's just like he got biased, but. It's awesome to watch, like for sure, and that like the end of the Cup race too.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah. The Cup race, that was and
it's 2 weeks in a row.
It's
same drivers.
Yeah,
up front. You mean
doing the same thing, battling? Just I mean, to do what Denny and Christopher Bell did at the end there of not running to each other. I mean, look, that's what we all look for, right? That's the type of racing. Yeah. Denny could have just easily just washed him out and went about his business, right? But he also knew if he did that, he was going to slow his momentum down, and then the 19 was going to pass him. That's the difference in thought process of really good race car drivers versus the ones that just want to run into you, think you're going to pass you, and that's going to be it.
Right.
SVG again.
I said a couple weeks ago, I don't think so, but oh my God, what has gotten into him?
He's coming.
He's the best. Is he not just the best?
Let me tell you,
track
I don't know.
But
I don't know if you noticed up in the spotter stand in practice, he was practicing making people miserable behind him.
Yeah,
and I seen a whole different
aero blocking and stuff.
In practice, he did it to 2 or 3 different guys, and when he got the lead last night, he did the same exact thing, and he annoyed him for 6, 7, 8 laps. But Charlotte was like a switch to him, and I think it was driving that truck.
Yep.
Because he was really aggressive up top. I think that was the first time I seen him rim riding the wall and doing all the things he did. And on that Monday or whenever we raced in Charlotte, he was doing the same thing. And I think now his confidence level is like I see his whole different SVG now.
He was way more aggressive this week. You know, I saw Blaney get pissed off at him because he would kind of go in the corner and do the same thing, just kind of chop Blaney. And he was really aggressive on entry. Like if you left him, some of us were running like a little bit of a diamond where you'd like enter a lane up and then turn down a hill.
Takes the air
he
out.
would just bomb it in there and just get to your left rear and then figure it out later. Like whatever.
He's going to be a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't
A
be
good
that
problem.
good of a road
problem.
racer and not figure out how to turn left. At some point.
No, it's where
And
is he in points
he's
now?
12th now, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's gonna bank a of points coming up at San Diego and Sonoma. So, I mean, I think he's almost a lock now, unless he has to have
I just
something.
saw this. Like Ross is like
Ross is not good. Yeah,
Like,
Ross is he's way down.
26th.
Yeah, and they haven't had their season has been kind of
And they had a good car.
Yeah, they were fast last night and just
But again,
brake issues.
Here's what started that. What started Ross's issue, I know he had mechanical issues with the brake rotors and stuff, but what started Ross's issue last night was the week before, right? Like the way that the process is with how you have to
Oh yeah.
do
Compounds.
do good
Yeah.
the week before in order to have a good week the next week is ridiculous to me. I mean, why should you get penalized? Why
You're
should
talking
you
about
get
qualifying.
Yeah, why should you
Yeah.
get penalized for having a problem the week before for the next week?
What do you think the fix is for that? Like, as long as you've been doing it, like
I
I've
think
thought about it too.
I think they should go by points if it rains, right? Or practice speeds if it rains. And I understand that we've got to be careful of practice speeds because we're all start mocking up and doing things, but we really don't go much faster in qualifying than we do in practice with the Cup cars because there's no taping up, there's no nothing. So I don't know. Like there's some things I think that needs to be shifted and need to be done to, like we did the point system, right, to take care of the people that are doing well or okay. We need to do the same thing for qualifying because it's not fair for like a guy that should have started 21st maybe to be 33rd he started, I think.
I like
right?
the practice thing
Yeah.
because
I don't want to draw. I don't want to go back to a draw
No.
because you shouldn't get penalized just because you draw a bad number. I could get on board with practice. I think now you earn your spot. Like, and we're still in a hole from Watkins Glen a month ago.
Right, that's my point. Yeah. It's not I don't like
we haven't qualified the last 2 weeks, so now like you don't get a chance to even because Charlotte we could have surely qualified better than whatever we started mid-20s, something like that, or this week we would have started. I think we started 20th or something like that. But yeah, and it's pit selection. It's just a snowball.
Yeah.
so like I'm happy right now because Pocono next week I get to pick pit stall 1 and I get to start second. Well, unless we don't, if it rains, that would be it.
Yeah, but you're getting that because it rained last week.
Exactly.
You didn't even do nothing to earn that.
Right, exactly. It hurt me a couple weeks ago because we had something happen, and I was like 20 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's I could get on board with because that's what the modifieds do, right? I mean, modifieds we go off of like the reverse order of practice speeds or something like that. Yeah. So, I mean, it's I like the idea of it having to do with how you are at that racetrack too. Like, that week, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it sucks because you can't. It's so hard to get out of that hole.
The breakup of practice. I mean, the first segment is so different than the second segment of practice, right? I mean, you guys don't do that anymore, right? You don't.
No, it's all one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
You guys are still split.
Yeah, we split, and it's like the difference of the. It's just it doesn't like again. We don't get any testing. We don't get any. Nothing gets done. It's like here we go. We're penalizing the back guys from the week before, right?
Yeah, the racetrack's completely different.
I don't get it, man.
You all right?
Yeah, I get aggravated.
You want me to stop your chair yet?
No.
Okay.
I'm tired, but go ahead.
Magic Mike.
Oh my God.
Mike Kelly, we're talking about.
When we get to the track on Fridays or Saturday mornings, I help the tire guy with get the tires and get into the place and cart the tires. And Magic Mike's walking by me because, man, I shouldn't have had that extra margarita. And I said, what is he talking about? So I'm like, where did that come from? But Magic Mike pulled another one out of his ass again last night.
Finished 4th.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like, Explain. I don't think they get enough credit. Explain what they have for resources or people. You know what I mean? It's probably a core, like.
Yeah, I mean, they get a little bit of resources, but not even probably half as much as even we do. And they do a really good job with it, man. I mean, I think they have a really nice system and a really nice baseline right now for Ricky, and that's the most important part.
Yes,
the baseline
absolutely.
is the most important part.
Yep.
But I'll tell you who else was really good was those college cars yesterday. I mean, Dylan finished 12th, 13th.
Yeah.
Austin, I mean,
AJ
was running up front. I mean, when he got in the back, he couldn't pass a damn car, but when he was up front, he was fine. And I'll tell you who else was good. That 38 car yesterday. Zane was like really good. He just gotten some bad issues there, spots there that he finished 9th, I think, but he had a solid
Zane's
top 10.
a damn wheel, man.
Yeah, he is, man.
He really is.
Yeah. It was fun. I mean, the last night's race was kind of just crazy. You
It
know what I mean?
was?
Like it's
All
just,
over the place.
It's 2 tires and then staying out and guys trying to stretch it at the end and maybe catch a caution. Zane caught it for him, so good call by Bergani. But yeah, it was a wild race where I felt like at times I'm like, we can run top 5, and then I'm like, we're not going to get out of 25th.
Anybody who had to go to the back, if they didn't have a good pit stop strategy or anything, they were going to stay back there.
Yeah.
But the racing was incredible.
Yeah.
It was really good racing.
Heim getting announced.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that was a surprise to many people.
No.
And had a good car.
Yeah, he was doing another one. He drove up into the top 10 and was running well.
He was running 5th.
Yeah, I think he just, I don't know what he did. He made a mistake and he turned. The cardinal sin was he turned the 34 around and then he ran into him. Like you can't spin the guy out and then hit him again. Like
Do you think he did that on purpose?
No. I'm saying it was a mistake, but you can't make that mistake. Like
And
now
then
you spun the guy out. Now you your car up and now your day's ruined. If you're gonna spin the guy, like spin him and get him out of your way.
Jesus, Freddie.
But yeah, good for Corey. Corey's a really good kid. He's in every one of our meetings. He's a wheel man, like you were saying. And he gets it.
He's a student of the sport
Yeah.
too. He's just special.
Who do you think's going to win a cup race first, Heim or Zilich?
Man, I don't know. I think if Heim was running every week, I think I had a better answer for that. But you got some road courses coming up for Connor that I think he's going to excel at. Look, Connor just got to get to these ends of these races, man. This is like 2 weeks in a row he's finished dead last. I feel bad, but
you know what I wanted to ask
Corey's
you?
equipment.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's going to be real good. It's real good.
Yeah, he's
I did want to ask you though. We saw the 88 and 1 have brake issues. 97 had no brake issues. They said they were running a different package. What does that mean? I mean, how common is it that guys within the same team run different stuff on brakes?
Yeah, I think what a lot of people were fighting is we tried to run different pad compounds in the different corners of the cars for the handling. So I think they probably had a little bit of different pad combination that caused the heat. I think a lot of us started with the brake ducts closed or not open enough and just started a race. And we were using way more brake than we thought. More so for the handling, to get the car slow down and set the nose and do everything what needed to be done for the handling. And I think as hard as everyone had to drive, especially like the one car or the 88 trying to get to the front, abused it, right? And, I think you have to run the same calipers. You have to run the certain rotors. The only thing really you can change are the pad compounds, switching them around. So it does do different heat to different, parts of the corners. The right front could be hotter than the left front.
Yep.
And that's why you've seen the right fronts exploding. So,
And there's a lot of brake that's being used at Nashville.
Yeah.
For as big as it is, like we run quite a bit of opening, even in an Xfinity car there, or a O'Reilly car, excuse me.
That's okay. Xfinity
O'Reilly.
sponsors 2311, so I'm okay with it. I say it all the time. But it's we see it every year there. I feel like it's always there's
they're
a
in
handful of
Phoenix.
guys. Yeah.
They're in Phoenix.
Spot on.
Caden Honeycutt, he says that resin on racetracks, quote unquote, makes the racing worse. Spot
he
on,
know?
spot off.
How does he know? He's only been racing a year and a half. The racing at Dover was even better.
Yeah.
Nashville.
And this place, for me, I think some places it really helps. Some places maybe it doesn't help as much. But like you said, Dover was fantastic. Like it helped Dover a lot.
Yep.
This place, it was hard to pass, but the racing up front was good. Those
It's
guys.
going to be harder to pass without it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for
So
sure.
yeah. Like it's what I'm getting worried about. Caden is, he is. Like these sound bites aren't good. There was a lot of complaining during the race about stuff that doesn't really matter. Like just focus on what you got to do. Like the Resin, everybody's on the same racetrack. So the Resin it's not affecting you worse than anybody else. He's complaining about the caution laps and yes, he's right. But like, let just kind of focus. I know
Just be seen and not heard.
yeah, I was talking to Slugger about, they obviously had issues in the race where the truck shut off or whatever. And, he's, had a negative reaction to that. And it's like, he's like, we're going to play. The same thing happened to Corey last year. I forget where it was, maybe Homestead.
Miami.
Yeah, where the truck kept shutting off. He's like, Corey didn't freak out. There was no, so he's like, you play this audio versus this audio. This is what it's supposed to sound like. This is what
It
you
was
sound
already
like,
sent to him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but that's the thing. Like, you don't want to get that reputation of,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like, oh, this guy's just going to cry every time something doesn't go his way. And Caden's a great kid and fantastic race car driver.
Right.
But you just, focus on the you can control, no?
Don't push the button.
That's what I told you.
They have a choice. There's a button you can push or not. Talk to yourself.
Yeah, I told Gio that at Watkins Glen when we got hosed on that penalty. He's like, man, F this. I'm like, yell all you want. Stop pushing the button, please.
Yeah. No, I like the Resin. I do. Personally, I think it makes for more options. And I think ill-handling race cars handle better, so the racing's better.
Yeah.
So-
And that's the thing I think.
The Cup race was just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, the end. Yeah, I mean, like, and it got strung out to where it was like Tommy said. If you got buried back there past 15th or 20th, you weren't going to make moves. Danny was buried back there at the beginning of the race after he jumped to start. But it's like the 34 truck. If the Resin's not there, I don't think he makes that run to the front.
Right.
So if you got a really good car, it gives you options to make passes.
The appeals panel upheld Ryan Preece's penalty for wrecking Ty Gibbs.
Yeah.
Spot on, spot off.
I'm spot on. I was spot on for it. If they would have stopped with before the last sentence, read their.
Yeah,
description.
so apparently the panel was evenly split. Although there was not a unanimous decision, NASCAR and RFK presented competing interpretations of common data. Neither side clearly proved their point, but Preece's comments showed that he chose to not cut his competitors any breaks.
Since when do we have to start cutting each other breaks? Like, isn't the job to prove that he wrecked him intentionally? Ryan, obviously Ryan got in trouble for what he said on the radio, which was really stupid. But then, I was fine if you just come out and say, we've upheld this penalty. We determined he wrecked him intentionally, which I saw some of the evidence, and it was pretty clear Ryan never touched the 54. He got very close and packed the air on him, but never actually made contact with him when he wrecked. So now, if you see that and you see he didn't really touch him, he just kind of drove in there to get to his bumper, and now you come out and say, well, we're going to keep this penalty because it showed he didn't cut him a break. Well, since when do we have to cut each other breaks, Tom?
Yeah, when was cutting him a break a part of the conversation?
It's the button.
Yeah.
It's
Because
Exactly.
I mean, again, I think they're trying to set an example of
Yeah.
the button. Stop with the button.
and you talked about, I saw people talking about this last night. Sorry about your shirt there. Austin Dillon obviously got in the back of the six and turned him around. It was probably retaliatory for something that happened earlier in the race. But Austin was smart enough to not say, I'm going to go back and get that six next time I see him or whatever it was.
Yeah,
and
don't talk about it.
Yeah, they're like, he didn't cut him a break. I said, yeah, but he also didn't say that he was going to do anything to him. And that's the end of the day, right? We have to just
what
stop
it is.
saying. Don't you
Just
can't
shut up.
you can't admit anything. Like Bubba admitted that he self-spun somewhere because everybody else was doing it. $50,000 fine the next week. It's like, so it's just stay off the button, right? I mean, that's the end of the day.
Right. Or when you're done, just do it and apologize like Larson does. I mean, he's the best at it. He'll just, sorry, I didn't really mean to do that.
I hate that happen. That's my favorite.
right.
I hate that happen. No, you don't. Liar.
It's about playing the game, right?
It's just so frustrating that, it's and Ryan knows it too. It was stupid to say it, but you kind of prove your point that you didn't wreck him. And they said neither case proved their point. So then how the hell can you keep the penalty? Like if NASCAR, because the burden is on NASCAR in the first one.
And there's problem with our system, even in our real world. Nowadays, you're no longer innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you're guilty,
And you got to prove yourself innocent.
right?
Yeah.
So
If you
now,
say-
since he was guilty, they couldn't change it because he was guilty instead of going in
right.
as innocent.
And especially in the appeals format, like the first appeal, it's NASCAR's burden.
I know how it goes.
I'm talking to
Those
the
are
people
not
that are
fun.
listening, not
The
you.
people that don't
the
know.
people that don't know.
I know how the appeal system goes.
There's a million people on the other side of this microphone. We got
Million?
To
We got
million?
a million now?
Millions.
All right.
Multi-millions.
Ooh.
Yes.
But so like the burden is on NASCAR to prove their case in the first one. And it clearly says in here that neither side proved their case. So then how do you keep the penalties?
No,
What I don't understand.
the burden's on us. We have to go.
The
in and
first
prove our
one is
case.
NASCAR. The second one is the team.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm saying this is the first one. So like it was on NASCAR to prove that he wrecked him intentionally, and it
And
says
they
right
couldn't,
in there.
but they still upheld
it
it.
says right in their thing that they couldn't prove it, but we chose to keep the penalty anyway. Like it doesn't make sense.
That's ass backwards, back asswards, whatever. they
Bass
say.
ackwards.
Bass backwards. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Justin Allgaier said, quote, I was retiring at the end of this year, but there's a higher likelihood that you will see me next year than not, end quote. Spot on, spot off. Danny, how do you feel about that? Do you want?
Why would he retire?
That's what I was
Like,
I didn't realize he's 40.
So what? He's in his
I know.
prime right now.
Like he's wheeling that thing.
He's in
His
his
team's doing
yeah.
good.
How much?
I
does-
love Justin.
I do too.
I hate racing against
who
him.
doesn't?
But, like
He's just a great guy.
he's
man.
a great guy.
Always has
he,
been.
Like he helps my kids through the years.
He's
It's-
on the phone with Luke
Yes.
all the time.
How much does having a guy like Justin, like a benchmark, help you? Like I know that this is what I got. This is where I got to get my
Yeah,
team
it's-
to.
It's Justin is just phenomenal. Like I'm surprised he's still in Xfinity. Obviously he's 40 now, so people don't really want him, but he's a damn good race car driver. He's smart and he races the out of you.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why he wins races. Like he is the benchmark every single week. It don't matter if his car's good, bad, whatever. He is the benchmark, and what he does with that car, because I compare him every week to us, he's good. He's really good.
Really good.
Yes.
You know, you look at his stats. He's, I think, with 16 races this year. He's got 13 top 10s, 11 top 5s.
Yeah.
His two of his races where he didn't have the top 10s was Daytona and Atlanta and Talladega, which is show. Phoenix, Charlotte was the other one. He finished in the back. Something must have broke because he finished 29th. But how do you approach? Like, how are you going to beat this guy in a 9-race playoff?
I felt like we could have beat him this weekend. I
Yeah.
felt like we could have beat him at Charlotte. We can beat him.
Yeah.
But you can't.
You gotta put
have
it together.
mistakes. You got to.
I
I mean, you just have, I'm talking about like in that 9-race playoff. I mean, you have to be perfect almost. No, like
yeah,
you,
for
like,
sure.
you-
This,
like
the
he-
way that it's going to be this year, yes.
because he's not gonna. I mean, I'm sure bad luck aside, he's gonna run in the top 10.
I
every
will
fucking
say
week.
it. I'm going to say it. He implodes every year at some point in the season,
He does.
and he goes for about 6-7 weeks where it's like, Justin, come on. Last year when he was imploding, I said, dude, you need to get your together. He's like, oh, I know. And then it was like 3 weeks later. It's like,
Yeah, right back. It's your
So-
fault. You should have let him just
Yeah.
keep imploding.
Justin's a friend of mine, like outside of racing. I hate racing against him, but he is a good person and he's a friend of mine outside of
it's
this.
Yeah.
So
it's Tommy. It's like is he? I mean, he's got 150 point, 145 point lead.
Yeah.
I think you guys
On
are
us,
second, right?
yeah.
Can anybody beat this guy in a 9-race
it
format?
resets, right?
Well, yeah, it'll be back to 25 or something. But
so, I mean, it's-
but still, like he built that gap right away, and he's kind of maintained it the whole time.
I feel like we can beat him.
I mean,
do.
you got the speed to do it for sure.
Right now, our cars are driving good, and like
It's going to be fun again.
it's going to be fun.
I
for
wish
sure.
you the best, but I hope you don't.
I know. I'm with you. My driver's on it right now. Like he's like, we've been working on something, not with the car, just like right here, and it's like changing.
Good.
So
Yeah. Needs to, right?
yeah,
All right, last one. Christopher Bell says, quote, there is nothing to blame. I had the best car on the racetrack. It was on me, end quote, after losing the race on the final restart. Spot on, spot off. Tommy?
He was the
Freddie?
best car.
He was by
I mean,
far.
not close.
By far. But Denny just used all his experience.
Yeah,
Just
Bell-
used all his experience to do what he needed to do.
Yeah,
people
Bell.
can hate Denny, but he is a badass. It's that simple.
And he's not going to really make mistakes in that situation. We're Justin, Christopher kind of gets a good restart, beats the 19, and it kind of goes into one and gets a little flurry, just misses the bottom that little bit, and you know Denny's going to be wrapping the line, and he just gets that nose in there. And then once he's in that position, he's in control. Basically, he's going to dictate what he wants to do with Bell. And like you said, those great side-by-side racing. The one guy I feel like maybe kicking himself today is probably Briscoe a little bit, because the one time they did get together, I think it was coming to the white in 4, Briscoe had that massive run down the front. And I think if he yanks to the bottom, Danny could block him potentially, but he had such a big run, it was going to be hard to block. But as he approached him, they kind of split a little bit, and it was like he was going to go, all right, I'm going to go through the middle. And then they closed it up, and when they closed it up, he was just outside the 11 where he couldn't turn to the bottom, so he had to go to the top. And then once he went to the top, I don't think he had any prayer of completing the pass. But, yeah, it was I mean, really, really fun to watch, wasn't it?
I think Bell just overdrove the entry.
Yeah,
and
turn one.
It just shoved the nose for a split second, and then Hamlin just squirted
As soon as
there.
he got to his side, it was game playing time. You know,
It was impressive to watch the two of them run side by side for what it felt like forever, but I think it was
even
last week, 4 laps.
Even last week, they're just racing hard and clean. It's just using what needs to be used instead of using each other up. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference.
Yep.
And
well, they're both A+ race car drivers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody. I mean that whole group is ridiculous up there, and they got fast cars in there.
Maybe someday again you might be able to do that.
I'd just like to be there at the end of the race. Would be nice.
I mean, you're spotting.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, can you fix this?
I could try.
Can you talk to?
I asked Bubba yesterday before after our meeting. I said, "Can you please not run into anything this week?"
Yeah.
Maybe you're getting your like downward slump over in the middle, and then that way you can just rock forward once July starts.
All you can do is lace them up and try again. It's like nobody's gonna have a pity party for you. So just go.
Good thing you got another opportunity this week.
Yep, good every Sunday. Yep. And we're good at this place. So
all right, Dirty Mo Media has a new show coming out that I know we are all pretty excited about. It is called This Cowboy Life, featuring Jerome and Tiffany Davis. The show is all about bull riding, the Carolina Cowboys PBR team, raising bucking bulls, and stories from their Hall of Fame career. So let's take a look at the trailer.
Bring the energy. Wake up.
I can tell that through all these stories, through all your world championship, I know that in your head you've always said, I'm going to be a podcaster one day.
I hope that at the end of the day that it'll bring somebody that hasn't really been around this life that we live, and it brings them to a whole new world. And somebody will say, dang, maybe them Cowboys ain't so bad after all.
I think if you can bring some smiles. I love to hear Jerome's stories and just how he carries himself. So I'm all about if people can get a grin out of it, if they can smile a little bit.
What's it going to be like, Jerome, to have Tiffany as a co-host to a podcast?
Whoa, man.
See this gift of gab I have, maybe it'll come in a little handy on this deal.
If I can keep Tiffany quiet every now and then so she'll let me talk, we'll be in good shape.
The only bad thing is I'm going to have to hear your stories that I've heard 100 million times. I'm going to have to hear them another time.
And they just get better every time.
Yeah, they do get a little more added into them every time.
I don't know why she puts up with me and why she helps living this life that we go through, but she does, and she's awesome.
It's March 14th, 1998. From when they open the gate to when you get hit, what do you remember from that?
The bull I had that night was Knock 'Em Out John, and I'd been on him before, and he had hit me in the face in Vegas one time. So I knew that I had to really stay over the front end and try not to let him hit me in the face. As it worked that night, he got me rocked back and hit me in the face and knocked me out. And when he did, I dove in the ground and broke my neck. Went from being at the top of my game to the worst part of my life, all happened within a gate opening at a bull riding.
I was mad at God because I was like, why did you do this to Jerome? He's a good guy. You needed him on your team out here.
We were supposed to be getting married in May. Well, right after I got hurt, I was at the hospital, and I told Tiff, I said, I don't think this is going to work. We need to regroup. This is not the trail you need to be going down. And if she would have left that day, I wouldn't have blamed her. You know what I mean? And I never would have said a bad word about her.
I never gave thought about leaving. That wasn't an option because I still had Jerome.
I couldn't talk her into it, so I was kind of glad she hung around, I'll be honest. I lived through it, and it just made me tougher, and I was able to make a pretty good living at the sport. It's been good to me. When I look around and see, everything that's here today, it all comes from the love of the sport. I mean, everything I wanted to do had to do with being a cowboy.
What is going on with the birds over there?
You just messed this whole shot.
I'm going to redo it, but the birds messed the whole shot up, not me. I thought we was getting ready to get attacked.
You're like that dog that...
I thought the birds was coming after us. There was so many of them.
Just stay focused. It's going to really bring a new light to what this cowboy life's really about.
I don't know about you, Freddie, but I personally would love to see Tommy in a pearl snap shirt and a big old belt buckle out on the ranch with Jerome and Tiffany.
I just want to see Tommy on a bull.
Same.
Tommy, you think you can stay on for the full 8 seconds?
No. I mean, especially with those tight pants and you got to wear. And
you got to wear assless chaps.
I know all that stuff. Hey, but all kidding aside, it was great to meet those folks a couple weeks ago. They have a lot of great stories, and I think that show is going to be pretty good. Hall of Famers, right?
Yep. I'm excited. I know episodes begin June 24th. Freddie, did you get to meet them at?
Yeah. I mean, they were phenomenal to meet here. They were so appreciative of everything Dirty Mo's doing, and then just meeting. They said everybody here's been nice, so they clearly haven't met everybody.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't meet me yet, so maybe that's what they're talking about.
Maybe that's the problem. Yeah,
No.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool because I've had multiple conversations with Austin Dillon about the Cowboys.
Yes.
And to meet the coach essentially, right? He's the head coach or manager of the Cowboys, was pretty cool, and I just can't wait to hear some of their stories because Mike Davis was telling me half of them, and I'm like, can you please let me hear some of these stories?
Save me a little surprise. So if you guys want to join in on the fun, subscribe to Dirty Mo Rodeo on YouTube and all social medias, and follow This Cowboy Life wherever you get your podcasts. All right, time to move on to Ask DBC, which these questions are submitted by our fans in advance, so I'm going to just go ahead and apologize now. The first one, pretty light. Cleetus, what races are you hoping to run with your Pro Late model, and why are they all car store races? I added that last part, but the first part was true.
No, I don't think I have any car stores races on the schedule yet. The plan for my late model is we're going to come down here to my track and just run 2,000 laps and, get comfortable. And then I think our first race is going to be up in Berlin because I'm going up there with my Crown Vics. So we're going to be hosting our own. I'm going to be competing in a sanctioned race at Berlin that they're putting on, I think on a Wednesday. Actually, I can tell you the dates. And then that Saturday during my event, we're going to have our own Pro Late model race. So I think the dates are August 12th. There's a race up there, and then my race will be August 15th. So I'm doubling down in Berlin.
How much to win, Cleetus? How much to win your show?
I think it was $20,000.
Wow,
is what we talked about.
This dude's a promoter, man.
Yeah.
The event will be sold out, so it's we're just spending the money to do it because I'm already there. I want to use my late model. I want to get more experience, so we're just doing it for a good time.
Yeah, my mom and them said when they went to Freedom Factory for the Freedom 500, it was just unlike anything they had ever experienced. That was insane.
You guys are all welcome to come. I would love to have you guys down.
Oh, we'll be there. We could do a DBC Crown Vic.
We need to put Tommy in a Crown Vic.
Do a DBC Crown Vic, but if
we'll have a
Tommy or Freddie out there.
last time I did an event, Bono and I did an event in Outlaw Speedway up by Watkins Glen, and I went by Bono and he had the radio playing. You can hear the radio playing. We looked at each other, smiling.
Richard Childress is racing one of my Crown Vic races.
Oh yeah, I've seen that Stafford.
Stafford.
How cool is Stafford, Cleetus? I know you've been up there a couple of times.
I really like Stafford.
Yeah, that's kind of where me and Tommy kind of grew up racing up in that area, and that's just I think that's one of the nicest short tracks in the country.
Yeah,
I got to get on iRacing.
By the family that's been running it for I think 50 years. I mean, they're great people.
Yeah, the Roots.
All right, Danny, how often do you and Jesse go fishing, and is that a bonding thing for you guys?
So I just got into fishing this winter.
You don't strike me as a fish. I don't know that you have the patience to
dude,
fish.
I love it.
YouTuber, fisher. I mean, this guy is just
we're just in the gas always.
Yeah, I mean,
we ain't taking 5. We go quite a bit. I mean, so I was living at a place that had a nice pond, so we'd just go out there and go fishing, and then I go to Lake Norman with him sometimes. Him and Brent cruise.
Yep.
And it's definitely good bonding time for us for sure.
Okay, also for Danny from a caller, I guess this got left in our reaction theater, but it was more of a question. Did you leave them on the dash when you were running Ruby with Cleetus?
Absolutely. These guys talked so much to me for weeks before that happened that there was no way that I was not going to hold that thing on the floor the whole time. I had myself wedged in
You
the
went
seat.
faster than all of them, right?
Yes.
You
I
did?
wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't like to be beat.
Is this confirmed, Cleetus, that Danny actually go faster than everybody?
He did, yeah. Jesse chicken footed it. And Danny went what, 8:33, like 170 or 160 something.
Yeah, it was fast.
It's like the fastest. It's like essentially taking a guy off the street and putting him in an O'Reilly's car, but it's a straight out.
That is the most adrenaline I've ever had in my entire
Oh, I
life.
seen video. You didn't stop breathing until you started.
I'm like chewing on my lip.
Yeah, I know.
and,
I
like,
seen it.
I had a hole in my lip.
There's some crackhead vibes going on there.
I just knew I was going to get drug tested this weekend after
Yeah,
watching that
after
video.
watching
Yeah.
Who did we have any did anybody do anything real stupid in this process? I know you had Carson down there. I mean, Connor.
Well, it rained out, so we went drifting in my Blackwing drift car, my Cadillac, and I would say that Michael McDowell scared me pretty good, slid us past the pole at about 40, but he said he had it under control. We were backwards, though. It was funny watching Cup guys try to drift. All these guys are tuned in to just keeping traction,
Yeah.
So to like drive the car sideways, it was pretty fun to see.
So
that.
this weekend, he asked me, he says, what happens if I just drift this thing off the corner? Will it stick? I'm like, Cleetus, you can't be drifting these O'Reilly's cars because
I was asking if you're coming out of the turn and you're getting a little sideways. I said, does Jesse lift or is he staying in the gas? Because a little drift, when those guys are in front of me, it looks like they're sideways. And so I'm wondering, is he on the gas? Is he lifting? I don't know.
it's called pedaling.
Pedaling, yeah.
Correct. But I didn't know how aggressive. Is he 90% throttle pedaling or is he backing down further?
Yeah, you're going to have to ask him that. I don't know. Have that answer.
Check the data.
Tommy, what do you think of the #1 ARCA driver right now, Squirrell McNutt?
I don't know much about him. I haven't really paid attention to him, but
The dude is a hoot.
he's going through the process.
Cleetus probably
right?
saw the clip when I mentioned Squirrel's name and you almost had a heart attack.
Well, I mean, no, because I was like, does a guy have?
You're going to pass out.
No, well, because,
Talk about the name.
well, because it's like, does the guy have a real name? And like they're running through the clicker down during the race. It's Cleetus and Squirrel now. They don't even call you by your names. It's like, what the?
It
We got
literally,
going on
what
here?
the beauty of that is it literally, they don't even have McNutt on there. This
It's
says
a squirrel.
I know. It's like I'm like, does the guy have a name? Can we like talk to him like a person?
Well, let's talk about that. NASCAR, when I first came out and ran Daytona and ARCA, they're like, hey, we can't use the name Cleetus. And I'm like, that's just going to confuse a ton of people. So it said Mitchell on the live stream. And like, I would say 80% of my audience has no idea my last name is Mitchell. So they adopted Cleetus onto there, which I think is one of the first times it's ever happened.
Exactly.
Now they're doing it for, Squirrel here. Obviously.
What is his name?
His name is George.
George.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean,
Okay, I'd rather
who
call him
wants to
Squirrel.
say the name George.
Yeah.
So, as you can tell, Squirrel McNutt is just a way cooler name. So, what are your thoughts on having, if your nickname is significant in the fact of your business and how people know you, do you think they should be allowed on the ticker or not?
Well, yeah, and I think they should now go further and like give everybody nicknames. And let you run it all and get started with all these guys and start these guys with nicknames. That's what's going to be your job and Squirrel McNutt's job.
Well, next time they interview Danny on the pit box, they better put a lower third that says Downforce Danny.
Let's pick think for 1 second, one driver in the ARCA series that you have a nickname for in your head. Just think of one guy.
Well, I mean, Butterbean. I think
yes, but doesn't have one yet. Yeah, but doesn't have one yet. Pick a driver that you can say, okay, I'm going to give this guy a nickname, and start the process.
It's got to be Andy J.
The thing is, you can't like just throw a nickname out.
I do it all the time. So many of my people have nicknames. Right, that's what I'm saying. What do you feel? How can you need to this weekend?
What if for Gio it just said Tony Soprano?
Yeah, there you go. Right. Yeah, Soprano. Yeah.
We just get away from using people's names.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Who needs a name?
Yeah.
What's your nickname, Tommy? I know you got one.
Head.
All jokes aside, I love that NASCAR is doing it. So, but they got to earn the nickname. It can't be like this. It can't be an on-the-fly one.
How did Squirrell earn his nickname?
Well, Squirrell, he got called the Squirrell by a guy, what would that be, 7 years ago now? 7 years ago. And it never really went away. And obviously the name George just kind of sucks. So, Squirrell just kind of stuck. Same thing with my name. I mean, who the hell wants to yell, "Go Garrett"?
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
How'd you settle on Cleetus? Where's
my friends called me Cleetus 11 years ago now. A really good friend of mine called me Cleetus, and they forever just called me Cleetus.
I mean, it fits.
It works.
It definitely fits.
Way better than Garrett.
I was actually more shocked to find out that your real name was Garrett. I was like, what the Cleetus is way you look like a Cleetus over a Garrett.
Yeah.
Well, think about how fat guys are funnier.
Freddie's not.
What the what is
Freddie's not funnier.
This guy's name, a guy named Cleetus is just way cooler, way more exciting and patriotic. I don't know.
Is Squirrell still in charge of safety over there?
He is. Yeah, look. 21 days accident free here.
Nice.
It's more than 21 now because that ain't been updated.
Oh yeah. What the hell?
That was last week.
24 days actually.
Yeah.
24.
What, you got any more questions for Axe DVC?
What other questions we got for him? Give us a minute. Go
Is
back.
Squirrell,
Is that George over there?
Is Squirrell?
I got Squirrell.
Get him back on
Come on in.
Let's see.
Bring
Pop
Squirrell
in here.
over.
This dude is a riot right here.
I told Red I would spot for George if he needed somebody wherever, and I guess Eddie's doing it.
Done.
Yeah.
Well, the last thing I want is any kind of controversy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Squirrell, he's out here. He's actually started his own Driver of the Year program. He gave it to himself.
Is he leading the way?
Year one. He already gave it to himself. But he's an up-and-coming guy. I mean, looking like a full-time season. His sponsor's already pretty much locked in for next year, full season for George. I can't give any other details.
Well, that's a lot right there. Is he running? Is George Squirrell or McNutt running Michigan? Is he running?
Yeah, we're all locked in for Michigan this weekend.
Nice.
I did try to phone in and get a live question on the podcast here, but
Well, you're phoned in now.
Here you go. Here you
well,
are.
there was a question for Cleetus from McNutt Media. So the question was,
Go over there. Go over there now.
Get back.
Call me.
yeah, otherwise it won't be real.
Okay, you gotta go. We're gonna make this realistic. Let's do it.
Hey, how long did he have you locked in the Porta-John this weekend?
Only about 30 seconds.
Oh, that's not bad.
Call in from.
Oh, you got to call?
He's going to call.
Somebody's calling you?
This is door bumper clear.
Yeah, I got a question for Cleetus.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Who's this?
This is Eddie from McNutt Media.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
All right, if you can only choose one,
Yeah.
would you rather you can't promote your own stuff the rest of your life, your only car sponsor is door bumper clear.
Okay.
And you have to say Freddie's my daddy in every interview. Would you rather do that or Would you rather have Natalie Decker's spot in truck race in Michigan?
What a question.
Holy
That's just.
Wow. I'm going with Natalie Decker.
damn!
Thank you, Joel. Thank you, random caller.
Eddie
Thank you, Eddie from McNutt Media.
I'd go ahead and hang up.
Did not see that. I did not see that coming.
Oh, I think I'm supposed to take offense to that. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that.
It's just, I routed Natalie's spot for me. Man.
Yeah.
Have to call Freddie. Anything like that. Everything too.
Watch the race. Get your calls in if you're looking for a good time.
I don't know what I enjoyed more. Watching Connor Hall put on a belt-to-ass clinic at Langley, or watching Carson dominate the fuck out of the victory lane. I saw the way she put that hat on his head. I am not standing in her way. That is all of you, boo.
Great job, Carson.
Hell
You
yeah.
guys know I run a tight ship down there.
That's Carson's victory lane. No with it.
She don't want to hear no from anybody.
I know, and Kennedy quit on me now, so I'm
She
back
did.
to a one-man band.
One viral sensation video, and she's out.
You know, my ex-wife cheated on me with my best friend, and even that hurt less than watching Denny Hamlin win this race. I found out she cheated at 4:30 in the afternoon. I had to stay up till 12:30 for this bull. God damn, I hate this game. See ya, Cookville.
These fans or something.
The most disappointing thing this whole weekend, I flew from Australia, all the way from Australia, just to watch Danny Hamlin win. Man, what a waste of money.
I think that's crew chief in a 19.
Yeah, sounds like it.
He was driving a 97.
Yeah. No, I think that was.
Dear Denny, I've got a question that I want to ask you. Dear Denny, did you leave a little lead in your shoe? You got in trouble because you jumped the start. You couldn't see the line because you're an old fart. Dear Denny.
I don't know where the he was
What
going.
was he think? What was he thinking?
He took off 5 cars too soon. I was like, I do a countdown usually. It's like 10 away, 5 away, get ready. And at my 5 away, I'm like, oh, green, green, go.
Yeah.
Don't do that, Cleetus. Don't jump the start as bad as Danny did on Sunday.
Guys got 62 wins. Cleetus still making mistakes, right?
Yeah, I mean, I see how guys jump the start, though, because everybody jumps it. Like in ARCA, we're going 20 feet before the start. But he got, I think his Reddick didn't go with him. It looked pretty bad.
It looked awful.
Wow, he didn't go with him because it wasn't time.
Reddick was like, what the just happened?
Yeah.
You know what gave me a lot of confidence, actually, is Denny, when he spun out last week at the All-Star race, like going to qualify. I'm like, these dudes, I mean, this is hard. Like, these dudes still do stuff like this, you know? One of the best in the game still, like, have spin outs, you know? It's cool. It's cool to see it here and there. It gives you a little confidence back.
Drawing a salt bath, burning some incense, and buying some holy water off of Amazon. One way or another, we're going to lift this curse off the 23 team. What the hell?
Yeah, things aren't going great right now. We cannot buy a break, but nobody's going to feel bad for us, and we can't feel bad for ourselves. So, just
what happened last night? I didn't get to see.
Your old buddy, the Hurricane, kind of bombed her in the corner and got into somebody and knocked him up into us, and we had nowhere to go and just got collected and knocked into the fence.
I can pull up the clip. I got to make sure Carson was fully responsible for this.
I got to make sure.
Carson was a little bit back to his old self last night, a little bit. I don't know if he was just pressing. I know he said that, I think he said it was Chili's last race. So I think he said he was trying to get them a really good finish. And he was just really aggressive. And he didn't really, I mean, it wasn't like he bombed it in there and intentionally wrecked the guy. He just kind of missed the corner and chased it up into, I think it was the 17. And the 17 got knocked sideways and loose. And we were just up kind of outside of him, and it knocked us into the wall. And then we came down the hill, had no brakes, and collected somebody. 48. Yeah. So just, it's like 3 or 4 weeks in a row now where we're just part of somebody else's. And it's frustrating, but part of I don't know that I saw NASCAR shared a clip and they just cut out the whole first part of the wreck, and everybody was like, look at this idiot Bubba just driving down the racetrack.
And it wasn't even his fault.
Yeah, like we're coming down the track.
Them brake issues, we ain't seen that
Gosh,
in a while.
you went from second in points to
We're
almost
15th.
out.
Yeah,
You're
we're
almost
15th.
out of the playoffs.
Yeah, we're
together.
plummeting quickly.
I don't know.
It's okay. When we turn it around, it'll be fast.
All right, to leave an audio message 24/7, you can call our number at 704-802-9572, and we will play the best ones each week on the show. Speaking of shows, what shows did you guys see this week?
I saw a handful of them. McMurray's ass being on flow was probably not ideal.
I
don't know
feel so
if
bad.
anybody, did you see that, Danny?
No.
McMurray wrecked, and the camera followed him into his trailer, and he just butt naked, like he had his he had like racing underwear on, like the black Nomex, and he just dropped it to change real quick, and the camera just happened to still be on.
Yeah, if you know Jamie, that will bother him for sure.
I don't think so. Germs bother him.
I did have another show that I did want to bring up was there's a guy in the O'Reilly race, like you should have 3 or 4 times he tried to get on pit road, and it was just a comedy of errors.
That guy is an idiot.
I felt bad because I heard, and like, listen, to your credit, like what we always say about guys that making their first couple starts, like the best thing that can happen to you is nobody know you're out there. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously you have a big enough following where everybody's going to talk about it.
Trying.
But I mean, and you like up until the first, the spin at the end of the stage, you were doing a great job of beating the guys I felt like you should be beating and staying out of trouble. I didn't know you were in the race at that point. And then obviously you had that spin, but then the pit stops. I didn't know what the penalty was. I heard you say the jack, but then spins out because he spun out. He missed the commitment line. Then it's another penalty, and I'm like, oh, this poor guy.
Compounding issues.
It was great though. Talk about a good opportunity to learn. While I'm already several laps down, it didn't really matter at that point. I got some real life lessons.
Did you see anything that made you laugh this week, Cleetus? Like show wise, a big wrecks or anything anywhere?
What did we see that made us laugh? I don't know.
I saw that big wreck at Monza. That I don't know what the hell that was. It was like a GT
That's
race.
Like $10 million worth of.
Them guys destroyed a lot of right here. Like these guys all go like it starts mid pack and then it goes somehow the wreck goes forward. They starts mid pack and they collect the leaders in the corner, I think. But yeah, that was a big one.
That looks like an absolute.
I saw. I did see one.
Okay, what you got?
Wow. The 2 car had a loose wheel.
Yeah.
The show was probably on the pit box at that point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Danny, let's hear it.
We're still just absolutely disgusted.
You had a rocket ship.
Yeah, we had a rocket ship this weekend, and we should have won about 5 races this year, and we ain't got one.
How hard is it? Because that pit crew has been great,
they're
unbelievable all year long, and that this is kind of a product of that sometimes, right?
So the best way to put it is like my pit crew's the best there is on pit road right now, and we are literally annihilating every other team. But we're messing with fire. Like when you're messing with fire, you're gonna have issues, and it got us this weekend, and it's a part of it. We gotta back her down so that we don't give away race wins.
Right, and same thing happened to us in the truck race. We've been on Gio because Gio's been like a mile an hour slow on pit road all year long. So they're like beating in his head. He's got to, you got to be aggressive. Naturally, what happens this week? Right. We speed on pit road. Exactly. So it's like, you want to be aggressive, you want to maximize everything, but at what cost? So. But I don't know. There was that one. I saw a big, the guy flipped over leading one of the stadium truck races.
Oh, the Champ Off-Road trucks, yeah.
Yeah, that was about it. But yeah. Cleetus, we thank you for joining us, man. We had some fun with this. I'll get with you this weekend, but thanks for stopping by, man. I know we've been talking about this for a little while, and glad it could finally happen.
I'm happy to join, and if there's ever an opportunity where I'm up in the area on a Monday, I'll try to come in person.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
See you, dog.
See you guys.
All right, make sure you check out our nominees for the Show Hall of Fame in our YouTube description, and don't forget, are we voting on Dirty Mo X profile these days, or are we kind of just posting them and
I don't think
laughing? We're just posting and laughing at this point. Yeah. So check out our nominees on the YouTube description, and also don't forget to check out Dirty Mo Media's X profile.
Hey everybody, this is Dale Jr. and for the latest DBC gear, go to shop.dirtymomedia.com. We've added some new shirts. There's one called Win or Lose, We're Drinking Booze. Everything seems to be about drinking here at Dirty Mo Media. Go check it out now.
All right, we'll move to DBC
We know who won.
Picks. Our guest won, Hirschman.
Hirschman was running up and down the roof talking
During caution. He's like, who'd you pick again? I'm like, I don't remember.
I got to say, I was watching that race, and I was like, damn. I mean, they really knew what they were doing there.
The whole race, he's like, hey, who picked who? DBC. He's like, who'd you? I said, I think somebody had Chastain. I think I had Brad. They're both in the garage. I said, I know you got EJ.
It's between me and you now.
Which EJ had another good run. They were top 10 all night long. His birthday this week. Shout out to Eric.
And it was Holly's birthday last week, so shout out to both of them.
They both get happy birthdays. But yeah, he ran really good. And that car's they've been good the last, I don't know, month or so. Yeah. But good racetracks for him too. But
contracts up, right? Something could be a contract up somewhere. It
yeah,
might be,
there's
have to drive a little harder or finish good.
Never know.
The Jamie McMurray syndrome.
Carson, do you have any idea who you want to pick?
Yeah, I do. I'm picking Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson. What an ironic pick. I'm going to take Austin Dillon.
I'm going to pick Bowman.
I honestly think I'm going to pick Bubba because...
Because it can't get any worse?
No, because I feel like you guys are probably making the most downforce right now. And he hauls ass at places like that. Bubba does. So I'm going to pick Bubba.
It's a good pick. We got truck win there.
All right, weekend winners. Who did?
You said you got a couple.
I have a couple. Obviously Wyatt. He won at Antigo on Saturday in the Champ Off Road Series, and then our Cars Tour winner was Connor Hall at Langley, and then I received a DM. And please send. I mean, I know you guys probably send them to Freddie, but
please send Carson
if
DMs.
If you want to DM me instead of flirting with me, send me somebody that you saw winning this weekend, and I will gladly read it and respond. So I got a message from Eric Stewart. He said he wanted to add a little more Canadian spice to the weekend winners and give Jake Sheridan a shout out for winning the Grisdale 100 at Flamborough Speedway.
Flamborough.
So shout out Jake.
Tommy, what do you got?
A lot about that place.
That place?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
It says it's APC United Late Model Series.
Mark Stewart did an awesome job, Riverhead in the modified tour race. Jake Crum, got to give him credit, man, at Franklin County in the Smart Mod Tour. Had a very fast race car, didn't run into anybody finally. Trying to pass him, raced him clean, and look, he finished and he won a race.
Finished and you win.
God, that's good. See that? It happens.
Does he usually tear a lot of
No, he hits everybody but the ambulance most of the time, trying to pass him or get past or whatever. But he had a good car and he just methodically went by 2 or 3 guys and got the lead. And he was fast. He was definitely had their together for there. And,
I want to give a shout out to my boy Burt Myers at the stadium.
Got
her done, and then they tore him down.
Him and Slate.
Him and Slate for they
Speedy,
thought,
right?
Yeah, they got it's bad between them two.
Yeah, but
Speedy
they don't
and
even
Burt.
have they don't ever tech over there, right?
No,
so
man,
Speedy
and that's
said,
what Speeney's point, right?
Speedy's like, I'm just keeping him honest, right? Like he's like, well, he tech for traction control and some of the motor, right? I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I love the protest for traction control.
Yeah.
Like, do you even know what you're looking for? Like,
No, take it from the car store. No, it's damn near freaking impossible.
Is it?
I mean, it's just hard. I mean, with our stuff, you can. The MSD box obviously is like the prime route to go, but I mean, there's so many different routes they could go from a wiring perspective that I mean, it would be it's hard to police and find.
Sure. Do you think there is some shenanigans going on in your series?
No, I don't. Last year, traction control was a big thing that everybody always brought up and was saying was around. But this year, we've put some rules in place with the pros and then working on it with late model stocks. But I think they're always going to find one problem. This is 1 year it's tires, 1 year it's MSD boxes. This year
If they're not winning, they're going to.
Yeah. Also, Dylan Zampa won the Cars Tour West Super Late Model Race at Wenatchee Valley.
What is that? What was the name of that place? I couldn't pronounce the name.
Wenatchee Valley Super Oval.
Wenatchee 200. I saw that.
It's beautiful racetrack.
Really?
It's
where's it at?
Oh, yeah,
it's out in Washington.
Yes.
Yeah, Washington.
Yes,
and
it's
you literally
beautiful.
look off, if you're standing, say, in turn 1 and you're just looking at 3 and 4 in the backstretch, it's just beautiful mountains as far as you can see. Gorgeous.
That's awesome. I'll have to run through the list as always. Stafford, we had Tyler Chapman win his first SK modified race.
Leading the points too now.
Is he leading the points? I hadn't got a chance to look yet. Stafford's on a bad run. The last 2 weeks have been a show over there. Speaking of shows, the SK race this week, every time I turned it on, it was under yellow. Last week, it was the SK lights, wiped out like half the field out. But Chapman won the SK race. Daryl Keene won the late models. No chance I pronounce this guy's name right. Steven Kalogiannis won his first SK light race. Jason Lafayette won the limited late models, and Ryan Waterman won the street stocks. Riverhead, talk about Markey. Not to date myself, I was around babysat Markey when he was a kid. Like the kids, I've been friends with the Turbish family for a long time.
And it's no surprise because usually the last 3-4 years in the tour races, he has been the regular that has the most last long in car to the tour guys. So it's no surprise that he had a shot to win.
He also won the truck race at Riverhead that night. Riley O'Keefe won his 87th late model legend car race this year, I think. I don't think he's lost one yet this year. And Cody Triola won the street stocks. Wall, we talked about earlier with our buddy Jimmy Blewett, getting in a little trouble, getting in some hot water as always, as he likes to do. Stephen Reed won the SK race. Wall Mod race. Kevin Davidson won the Sportsman race.
That was a 100-lapper, right?
Yeah, the Sportsman was a 100-lapper. Shout out to James Blewett. He finished second. Mikey Alcaro won the Legend Car race. Jeffrey Sutton won the TQ Midget race. Bowman Gray, Burton Slate go 1-2. It had Sterling Plemons and Zach Orr split the Sportsman twin races. Where am I at here? Kevin Gilbert won the street stock race. Luke Smith, and I don't know if Dillner put this on there or if this is this guy's actual real name, but P-Nut Baker won the second stadium stock race.
That sounds pretty legit.
There you go. There's
that's your Bowman
nicknames
Gray.
there.
Peanut Baker.
Cleetus and Squirrel and Peanut.
You mentioned Connor Hall.
Wait, Loki, it works. Loki works.
Flores won the crate portion of the Smart Tour stuff the other night.
We just don't need to make it look like a circus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're trying to keep it professional, right, Tommy?
Somewhat.
It's getting to that point,
I
man.
know.
Cleetus is going to change it all. By the time the ARCA season's done, everyone's going to have a name on it.
I'm pumped for him to run ARCA because I think that's going to be great content for
gonna
him
be
guys.
fun.
A full ARCA season will be.
Who are we at here? Kyle Cummins and Brady Bacon won the USAC races at Knoxville. Rico won Lawrenceburg Friday night high limit race. Reitzel rebuilt his car overnight and won Saturday at Butler. He got wiped out by Tanner on Friday night. I don't think Tanner did it on purpose by any means, but it is what it is. Justin Sanders has 5 NARC wins in 8 races now. He won again at Watsonville this week. Chaz Baca won the IMCA modified Marshalltown on his birthday. Ryan Timms swept the 360 races at Knoxville this weekend. Andy J won the ROC Sportsman race at Spencer. He had a green nose on the car for
He won
Steve Mendoza.
Won 2, right?
He might have won 2. That was on Friday night. So I didn't get a chance to see last night. You mentioned Dylan Zamper. Jason Feger won the Mars Tour race at Red Hill Raceway. Jared Blanchard, I watched this when something popped up on my Facebook somehow. Great finish to win the Kalamazoo late model race. They were 3 wide coming across the line. It was a wild finish. World Outlaw late models. We were just talking about this. Mansfield. Something going on. I have to check with like Wallace, Kenny Wallace, but I don't think these guys knew they were racing for $100,000 on Friday night.
No.
They were coming to green. They said the race director got on there and said, "Okay, boys, this race is for $100,000 now."
Are you
and they out there, and the track was awful. But yeah, I mean, you saw it.
Yeah, I mean,
Is Mansfield the one that just
Matt
Tiff
Tiff,
reopened
yeah.
his
And they raced a World Outlaws race there
Yeah.
already?
late models?
Yeah, late
I
models.
didn't know
yeah,
that.
he rebuilt.
Yeah,
he
late
did it.
models.
I seen
the
the
place
rebuild.
is beautiful, but obviously there was some track conditions. But you know what? Instead of everybody, the competitors sitting there and complaining about it, they all dug in and worked all night. A lot of these guys, I think Mark Richards got on the grader and they rebuilt that track. And the next night was another $100,000 to win.
Wow.
And track was, I watched some clips, way better. Had a couple of ruts, but like night and day. But that's a perfect example of people digging in and making a positive, right, out of a negative instead of
on a brand new racetrack that opened back up that
Yeah,
we would
right.
have been otherwise without.
Yeah, and like you're seeing a lot of it, man. I'm seeing a lot of, I don't know what gets into these keyboard warriors are just typing the that they type in and the complaining and the saying these things on purpose of like, oh, what's the car count tonight? Or how much is it to get in the races? It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Wait, stop.
Who cares?
Stop.
You're either a racer or you're not.
You know, and these
I
are
was
people,
on a podcast talking about how good the Cars Tour field is, the Southern Modified Tour, and then the people are like, oh, like I'm bragging about how good the racing is right now. Maybe it's not good everywhere, but what I'm seeing in the bigger series, like it's pretty dialed in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of cars showing up.
Yeah, and I think we have a lot of talent coming up the pipeline as well. Like just through all this local racing, I think that's one of the biggest reasons that Freddie, kind of wanted to shout out these weekend winners is we have good talent. Okay, people always talk about the future of our sport and what it's looking like in this next generation that's coming up, and I really think that it's looking okay in that regard. As long as the industry and economy of it and all of that can kind of keep up, I think the talent pool is there. And
for sure.
Yeah. Hoffman won that second. Nick Hoffman won the second night.
And he was the one that
he was the one that called it out. Yeah.
And was positive and like good for him. Good for Nick.
Macedo won the World Outlaw Race.
Who
at
won
River
the
Cities.
first night?
Tyler Erb. Sorry, Tyler Erb won $100,000 the first night, and then.
Did you see him almost get flip over with the ride-along car? Oh, there's a picture of the ride-along car. There's the left side's up about 3 feet with somebody in it.
Oh,
Jesus.
That sounds like Tyler Erb.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to run through this. I tweeted this morning because I forgot yesterday with my phone. I don't know about you. My phone was locked up at the racetrack yesterday. Nothing worked. Paul Schaefer won the Trickle 99 race at Dells. Trip Goodrich, legend car winner at Tucson Speedway. Let's see. Eric Humphreys in a NCMA sprint car at Madeira. Andy Jankowiak swept the ROC races. You call that. Roger Koss won his first Tour Modified win of the year at Evergreen.
It was Tour Modified, but yeah, he won Evergreen.
It was a Tour Modified.
Yeah.
Evergreen.
Sorry, Tour Type Modified. Yeah, not a tour race. It's
in Pennsylvania.
Oh, I was going to say Evergreen in Washington State.
It's in Pennsylvania. Hey, Modifieds at Evergreen would be fun.
Yeah.
Seth Hammaker scored his first moto win.
Your figure 8 guy won again. What's his nutty? What? Who?
Mark Tunney?
Yeah,
Did he win again?
Yeah.
I like any figure 8 guy is good in my book. He always likes to give us. He loves those shout outs, so good for him.
Blaney won, right? Dale Blaney won.
Did he win?
Yeah.
He was talking about he was going to be able to run more this week, and he said it was going to help him. Let's see. Hunter Lawrence won. There's no way this is real, but Ricky Big Poop Leduc won the street
Another
stock.
nickname.
The street stock
Big
race.
Poop. Now we got Big Poop, Squirrell McNutt,
at Kalamazoo
Cleetus,
Speedway. Somebody gave a shout out to Magic Mike. Oh, this is cool. Jake Hooker at South Buxton Raceway Saturday had a Kyle Busch wrapped IMCA modified.
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty cool
Did he
to
win?
see that. He won. Yeah,
Oh, good.
I assume he won. He's taking a bow on the roof.
Donovan
Hopefully he
Strauss
won.
did that at our race this weekend. He
Did
ran
not
it.
turn out as well for Donovan.
Hey, he come back run 8.
Did he come back?
Yeah,
I saw him. I thought
did.
he was wrecked.
He blew it right front early, and I figured no freaking. I mean, just Langley. It was kind of egregious after a while, and I thought just going back through there, it was hard to pass, and he came back up and ended up running 8th. So.
Loudon Reimert won at Big Diamond and Grandview. Big money weekend, they said. Jeremy Cooper wins the modified feature at ONA Speedway, ONA. Tanton Wooldridge scored his first career easy, clean, super late model win at New Brunswick, Canada. Caleb Henry won a 410 race at Fremont. Andy Jankowiak, Hoffman.
How many times are we going to say Andy Jankowiak?
Well, I'm reading
right
here.
Andy J Squared.
That's
Is that
it.
the Arca?
I think that's it.
Arca guy?
Yeah.
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 I thought he was wearing
I saw
Vans
somebody
when he
had
got
sent
out of
me.
the squad.
Hang on. Somebody sent me Berlin's results too. I got to get that quick, especially since Cleetus mentioned it. Berlin. Brian Campbell won the Super Race. Brady Musser won the Vintage Mod Sports Features, where Brian Thorne, Scott Baker, Luke Bauma, and Dennis Holtzlander the third won the 4-cylinder races.
The third.
And I think that's it.
I'm a little confused with Cleetus with Berlin. I don't with the Super. Is he running?
He's
a super
going. No,
or a
no, he's
pro?
running. He's running
Pro.
pro.
But the supers are the ones that run Berlin.
Yeah.
I hope he's not going to show up with a pro.
He's putting on a pro late model
race.
race,
Yeah,
is
but
what I
he's-
understood.
Yeah, I think he's having.
But
a
the
pro
pros
race.
even race at Berlin?
That we're saying
That's why he's putting
having
on a
pro
pro
race.
race.
When's he going to put it out? Who's going to show up?
Well,
Let's go,
yeah,
Cleetus.
August or something, he said, right?
Some still have his Crown Vics in that race.
Leave the promoting to the promoter, Thomas.
So I got a question.
Interested.
You just keep prepping the cars.
What do you got?
Why, and I've been meaning to ask you this for a while now, why have modifieds never made it to the West Coast? I'm talking about a tour type
modified.
have made it to the West Coast.
It's just not. It's the IMCA modifieds
Yeah,
that are
but-
from the Mississippi.
But
over.
those
I
aren't
mean,
cool.
I know, but
They
that's
are,
just-
but they're
yeah.
not. They're not cool like
It's
a
just-
tour car.
There's just not enough asphalt tracks, I guess. You know, the IMCA took off with the dirt. in, 80s, right? They took off then, and the only really other asphalt car that there was that had open wheels was the Supers out west,
Yeah.
But
How much does it have to do with just there's nobody to
No,
build them
yeah,
out there?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
all
they
the,
were
all the-
trying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were trying. Robbie Fuller tried to do it when he had started Fury or whatever his name was, when he was starting to send the late model stuff out there. But I don't know. Just never. It's just the modifieds in Northeast, Southeast.
I just
region
think
thing.
like at the new Bakersfield, it would be so badass.
There's so many
Those
tracks out there you see, and you're like
at Irwindale.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, they,
imagine them things there.
Years ago, they put on a show at IRP.
Yes.
Back then, and it's just like there's a lot of racetracks, but the modified guys are so blue collar races, man. They don't have time to take off for 2-3 days and go.
Yeah.
They all have businesses, and it's just we're a whole different group of people, man.
I enjoy that because when I go watch you guys race, like at Loudon or wherever, it's like full on race teams.
Oh, yeah.
But it's all like
Regular people.
volunteer,
people.
yeah, volunteer
But
help.
like when they come in, like at Martinsville, for instance, like it's like a full on organized orchestra.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome to me.
It's fun. Tommy, were we racing this week? I know obviously we're going to Michigan.
That's it.
Boys racing?
Nope.
Nothing? Carson?
Where car stores off this weekend too.
Stockman, I guess you're going to go to Michigan. Oh, you're not going to Michigan.
I
You're
ain't
off.
going.
What the hell?
What was it? A 16-week stretch?
Yeah.
You guys had a weekend off.
Yeah, we had a weekend off, and you
It's
didn't.
been a 16-week stretch.
What are you going to do with all your free time?
Wait, then Xfinity not racing?
Not this week, no.
Oh, so it's just
I don't know yet.
truck.
You going on anywhere? Vacation? A lot of fishing maybe? Just
Selling T-shirts?
I might just.
yeah. Maybe he will go to Michigan and set up in the fan zone.
I might just sit by the pool.
How crazy is it to see the reaction? Like when you get attached to stuff with Cleetus and you put a T-shirt out there and you sell
Dude,
hundreds
it
and
is
hundreds of them.
the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. Like, just say dumb and people love you, and it's like, okay. But it's all because of that guy.
Yeah, for sure.
But, we even asked, where do you come from? What's your story? Where'd
So
you start?
I grew up in Southern California, third generation. My grandpa raced midgets and sprint cars, 40s and 50s. Was in the Indy 500 twice. And then my dad raced Southwest Tour and late models and all that. And then I started racing go-karts when I was 7 till I was 16. And then when I was 16, I started racing super late models at Irwindale and then trucks. And then when I was 20, I'm like, I'm done with this. I was fast. I'd tear up a lot of shit. So I'm like running
Same.
my parents out of money, basically.
I
so
can
I'm
relate.
like, I told myself by the time I'm 27, I want to be a crew chief. And I went to work at Orleans Racing in 2003 for Brendan Gaughan.
In Vegas.
Me and Bug, my car chief, the redhead kid.
Yep.
Well, he's not a kid no more. We're old. But we started out there, and I just worked my way up. I went to Harvick's and was Hornaday's truck chief for years. We won a lot of races. And then Dylan called me to be Austin's crew chief in the truck in 2010, 11. And then I went Xfinity racing with him. And then after that, I was Ty's crew chief in Xfinity, Daniel Hemrick. Then I cup raced with Paul Menard and Austin for a year, and here I am now.
Spent a little time at KBM in there somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
I worked after I was Austin's crew chief in 19. I was kind of beat down, not winning. Me as a racer, I don't need to be cup racing, but I have to be winning, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter to me that I'm not at the top, which I feel like I need to be there. But if I'm not able to win, I'll step down. So I went back truck racing, and we won like 14 races in 3 years. And I came back and went back to RCR. RCR just fits me. It's kind of blue collar, and they let me be me, and I just fit in good there. I almost came to work here, actually, after KBM. But it just fits me well. And
yeah.
Did somebody call you and say, hey, come on to North Carolina, or you just did it yourself?
So Rick Corelli heard that I quit at Orleans, and Rick Corelli called me to come to KHI back in the day, 2007, 8. He called me at like 8 in the morning. By 12:30, I was on an airplane, flew back here, stayed for 2 weeks, lived at Shane Wilson's house in Mooresville, and I ain't been back since.
Wow.
Those are the cool stories.
So many stories
So
like that out
literally,
here.
He flew me back here. I went home. My mom and dad had my truck packed for me with my toolbox in the back, all my stuff. I mean, loaded down.
I think that was a big hint.
And then
Get out.
I towed a buddy's Jeep behind my truck, and we drove across the country in 3 days, and I ain't been back since.
That's crazy.
That's
But
wild.
cool.
43. But it's been a good ride. I ain't done yet.
Yeah.
It's
You're only
Now
43.
you're just getting started.
Yeah, for real.
We're still in the gas.
Yeah.
Look at Justin Allgaier. 40s
Making-
when your prime starts.
I feel like I'm in my prime right now. I really honestly do. Like as a crew chief, like I feel like I'm just at the top of my game mentally, and it's like we'll just have to see where it goes.
Make it happen. Well, we appreciate you jumping in here with us, man. It's fun.
It's been fun for
yeah.
sure.
It's always a good time to be around this idiot. No matter where we run into each other, it's always usually somewhere a little louder than this. But but yeah, man, Danny, thank you for coming in here, and
buddy.
I appreciate you
Yep.
for everything. We will see you guys after Michigan. I can tell you now, we got 2 Cup drivers coming next week.
Oh, we do.
Yep, a couple teammates. So that'll be a fun one. Hopefully, one of them runs good this week, because if not, he's going to be a miserable when he gets in here. So we're out. We will be back next week. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.